All right. So for the record, the lead killer's name is Bobby.
Bobby
Shaw. Horseball, you know that means, you know, we're always prepared, obviously. So we were Boy Scouts. It's clear. The mark of quality, horseball. All right. So it's not. Here's the thing. The second half of the film, that's when the gore effects really come at you, and that's, if anyone knows about this film, it's probably what you've heard about is how good the gore effects, which is the case. But not only that, I just love the overall tone of the film, as we talked before we started shooting this. Just completely changes to, as you said, use the word grimy.
Right. I mean, it does feel grimy from the beginning.
From the beginning, yeah.
But yeah, once you get to that second half, it's just, you feel dirty watching
the tone and atmosphere, you know, it shifts to me from like kind of average, you know, modern slasher film to like a really good, grimy, brutal, you know, 70s-esque slasher film. And basically, you know, they start missing, they basically go back to, he wants the one brother, who's kind of a wuss, we'll say, he had stolen one of the film reels.
Right.
So he tells his brother, and his brother's like, well, go return it back to the, you know.
It could be valuable.
As he says, could be, you know, valuable, rare snuff film. Right. So they take it back to the farmhouse, whatever you want to call it. And of course, while they're in there, you know, Bobby comes back. And that's really, it actually gets tense. There's some good tense moments there when they're in there.
It has a lot of tense moments and a lot of, like, you can see things coming, but you're like, you don't know if they're gonna do it or not, and they do it. It's just like that scene. Can I do spoilers now?
Yeah, let's warn you right now. Spoiler alert. Okay. If you've never seen the film, obviously you should fucking buy it. Right. So
just buy it.
But now we're gonna tell you what fucking happens in the rest of the movie.
So like the scene with the garage door or whatever, where they're propping it up. And the one brother puts his arm under it, and you're just like...
Yeah, you're just like...
Why would you do this? But he just leaves it there for a while, and then, you know, it just crashes down and breaks his...
And it looks great. They show the arm breaking. Yeah, the effects are fantastic. And it's almost just like it's just a cornucopia of... Is it an effects jerk-off?
Yeah, I think you could describe it.
And not in a way, though, too, not to be like, I don't want to say this, just like effects for the sake of it. Each one is well done, but like, it's strategic, like I said, there's almost like...
thing with the nails.
Right. There's almost like, this may be a dumb way to phrase it, almost like a Hitchcock way of showing gore effects. You know what I'm saying? Like, almost each effect has a little prelude to it. Like he said off camera, Finch is contributing. The hot Kristen Green, who we must mention before this review is over, ends up in just her underwear.
Right.
And during the climax of the film,
lots of back shots.
Lots of back shots for the booty lovers out there.
That's great.
She's walking, and they show like, and even the way the nail is shot, it's from behind it, somewhat blurry. You see this nail sticking out of the ground as she walks backwards. You obviously know what's going to happen. And the cool thing is, as I said when we were talking about before we shot this, she steps on it. She doesn't step on it all the way. She just like nicks her foot.
Even though you know what's going to happen, it's still suspenseful.
Exactly. And so she has an awesome demise with nails. But yeah, I don't know. It was just a cool. It's not just like in your face effects, but each kind of one you could tell was like strategically thought.
They kind of, I mean, they kind of are in your face though. They don't shy away from showing you anything.
And it's just relentless.
I like that specific scene when he nails her head.
Yeah, she gets impaled with a nail. She goes her knees or legs, and they show a close up in this. The skin
looks real
because it has like hair dimples. You know what I mean? Like in the skin. Yeah, the gore effect. The one brother gets clubbed.
With a
sledgehammer in the face, and of course they don't show the actual hitting, but they show his face, the aftermath, and it looks awesome. It almost reminds me, as far as how it looks, as Irreversible.
Right.
Irreversible actually showed the actual hitting, but how the face looked post hit looked similar to that. Just awesome, just busted up, indents in the face.
Even the shots before that, where he's taking it to the limbs, they look pretty good.
That looks good. You know, like the jeans get hit.
Obviously, you know the guy would be destroyed by this point, but you know.
So they're getting killed off one by one, and it gets down to two. The one girl who they had befriended, who was camping, who lost her friend. She goes to rescue these guys, which they became friends. One night at karaoke, and you're bound to be friends with somebody. She ends up back at the farmhouse. She's trying to get them out of there. and she notices when she gets in her friend that was missing earlier in the film. She sees her all, I think, decapitated, her limbs are cut up and everything. So she's of course freaking out. She sees that one of the other guys has already been demolished. So there's just the wimp guy, we'll call him. Those are the final two that are left, and she ends up being caught by Bobby and gets tied up to a chair. You want to mention how it's cool. She's trying to get out.
She's rocking back and forth.
It's like that he puts an outfit on her, which is
right. Cool. I wish we could have seen that whole part, but whatever. But she's rocking back and forth in the chair. She's tied to it, and she rocks back and breaks the chair. But
which happens a lot in movies.
Right. A cool thing that happens though is part of the chair gets stuck in her side, and you don't see that enough. It looks good.
There's a lot of like little details in this film which I think are cool within all that gore. And anyway, so she gets up and there's a good battle with Bobby going after her. And I gotta say, he wears that cool mask when he does kill. He's got the goggles or whatever. So the killer himself is a really cool killer. Nothing like creative or anything, but he just looks good. Like the performance, kind of like great point. Steampunk redneck, I like that. So this whole, to me, the whole final 45 minutes, it's brutal. It's great kills, great gore, but I don't want to just talk about the gore because I think the overall tone and atmosphere of that second half, to me, I just love this. I guess why I love the film so much. It just really turns escalates to greatness within a gory slasher film to me. And well, here's a spoiler again. Why I guess we kind of disagree on the direction they take her. The girl who is trying to save the final guy, I guess you could say. I guess we'll say why I like it, you say why you don't like it. She ends up taking the shotgun. Carver's already been killed, correct?
Supposedly, yes.
And
allegedly.
All this chaos has happened. What I like about it, she takes the gun and she just puts it in her mouth and blows her head off, which I think you're suspecting at this point that she's going to be the final girl. Right? That's what this is setting up. It appears to
That's the one thing I like about that scene is that it kind of takes her away.
It blows away the final girl. Yeah. And the cool thing is that literally when she blows her head off, the blood splatters on the other guy, the final guy, which is fitting because he's a wuss anyway. So he ends up becoming the final girl. Yeah, I guess why I like that. I like the fact that you see these slasher films and all this tragedy happens and the final girl always kind of just walks away and like, well, I lived, I lost all my friends, but I'm gonna leave now. And that's typically, I love that she was just like, what a fucked up day. I'm blowing my head, and I lost my friend, I lost my new karaoke buddies, I'm blowing my head off. That's what I loved about it. I've really never seen that, or rarely in the film.
Yeah, I just thought that she deserved a better demise personally. I would have liked to have seen Carver get her, honestly. I mean,
I can see that point.
It could have been cool because he actually does come back after that. It would have been cool if they, if he gets with or she gets with the wimpy guy and they're rejoicing over how they survived and Carver just comes up and just fucking kills her or something.
I guess to me the other way was more.
It was unexpected.
Original, I guess.
Yeah,
really.
I didn't like it personally.
So anyway, so the final girl is the final guy who acts very girly throughout the movie. But anyway, I think he ends up growing on me as the film goes on. And he ends up, he really legitimately kills Bobby in a cool way. You said after they think Bobby Carver is killed, of course, in Michael Myers fashion, he gets up, grabs the guy, and actually grabs the gun and points it to his face, and it's kind of cool. The guy actually closes his eyes, ready to get his head blown off, and he pulls the trigger, and there's no bullets. So that was cool, and then he stabs him in the head.
Yeah.
So Bobby legitimately gone. Character goes back to the farmhouse, kind of cool. He puts the movie back on. He's kind of lost it, and he starts to chuckle, and you're thinking, here's where they kind of fool you again. You're thinking, oh, he's going to like carry on the Carver name, and then the old guy, Papa Carver, or whatever you want to call him,
he's watching the film. He realizes that there's a guy killing all these people in a handy cam. So who's behind the handy cam?
He says it. The guy's like, who's filming?
Right.
And then all of a sudden, Billy Carver, the owner of the bar restaurant, the karaoke guy, comes up behind him and slits his neck in a really cool way. It looks great. A final effect. And that's the movie. And fantastic. Never seen it. This is directed by Franklin Guerrero Jr. I'm a big fan of his first film, Eighth Plague, another one I highly recommend. Really ambitious film. Highly recommend it. The cool thing is I was really excited about this director after I saw Carver, and unfortunately now, if you guys know I do this, I get excited about a young director. I IMDb him, hoping that there's something coming up. He actually is currently working on It's called a film noir thriller, whatever the fuck that means. Who knows? But at least he's doing something. This is it's like 5 years after, 6 years after Carver. It actually has one of the guys from Carver in it. So I don't know. Hopefully he's gonna keep making films. Go check out Eighth Plague if you like Carver and you didn't know he did this. Check it out and definitely just fucking buy it. This is an awesome film and you guys need to get it. Gore Hounds will love it if you're a big slasher fan. And you actually don't own this yet.
I don't own it.
So
and
live.
What we're gonna do?
This is live. See, we have integrity.
I don't like being a hypocrite. I don't.
Look at this.
So if I'm gonna say,
so what are you gonna do right now?
I'm gonna buy it.
You're gonna buy it. You're gonna what?
I'm gonna buy it now.
You're gonna fucking buy it now.
I'm gonna fucking buy it now.
There you go. He is buying this right now, even though we saw it years and years ago.
Look at this. Commit to buy. There it is.
Fucking bought it.
Live, baby.
Just fucking bought it.
He doesn't just say it.
Right.
He just fucking bought it.
He just fucking bought it.
Thanks for watching, guys. Carver, check it out. Gore Hounds will love it. Slasher fans will love it. Just overall, brutal fans of horror will love it. Franklin Guerrero, hope he does something else. Thank you so much for watching Just Fucking Buy It. We'll see you next time. Stick around for an awesome segment edition of The Table. See you later. Thanks, 26.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Welcome back to The Table, everybody. Actually a quick one here today. Just have one thing for you guys, but this is something I got actually back in this before Christmas, and actually, the Golden Horn Awards, there's a category for best release edition, and I realized I completely forgot to have this as one of the nominations, because it certainly was my intention to have it be one of the nominations. I completely forgot, so I'm going to make amends here by showing it, dedicating an edition of The Table to this cool release, awesome release from last year. Wouldn't have beat out The Innkeeper's Gatefold as the winner, but it definitely deserved recognition as a nominee. So this is a film you all know by now that I'm really a big fan of, Umberto Lenzi's Nightmare City, and this is a fantastic edition put out by CMV Laservision, and it's basically they've put out a few of this style. It's a total, not only it's a hardbox style, but it's actually done in the real true hardbox sense, from in that VHS style to hold an actual VHS tape. So it's a bit thicker than a DVD hardbox, because it's meant obviously to hold a VHS. So you can see it's thicker. Fantastic cover, taken directly from the original German VHS hardbox from back in the 80s. So just amazing. I love this image of the, I don't know her name, but that sexy actress from the film. Lenzi's crazy zombie, definitely one of the craziest zombie films ever. Big fan of it. There's some booby police are gonna get me. Cool images on the back, really cool. And you open it up, and there's the DVD there. But it's a cool thing, they make this fake cardboard VHS tape. It would have been sweet if they just straight up gave you an actual VHS with it. That would have made it even more amazing. But this is cool. And then, but at least if it's not a real tape, they give you some goodies inside, and they give you these cool little tiny, very tiny, like lobby card type things. I think there's like, there you can see they're really small. I'll open these up. Might as well show them. Very small, much like their they made the little Voodoo mini hardbox that I've shown before, which has little lobby cards like this, very tiny. So really just an awesome release. I love that they chose this. There is another cover of it, but I prefer this one much more, this cover artwork. But just awesome, really great quality. It's very thick and heavy, and fantastic release. Definitely should have been nominated, but if not for my absent-mindedness. So awesome release for a cool film, Nightmare City. Just wanted to show that. And that is it. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Horrors Ball. We'll hopefully be back shortly. A lot of good things coming up. I'll finally start showing you, introducing some of the brand new segments to you guys. We got, as I said, we have 4 brand new segments introduced this season, and one in particular I think I'm extremely excited to debut. So those should start next episode. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys soon. Stay scared. I'm out.